What is up? Welcome to a secret stream from my very hot room. What I am drawing is a comic page. It's page 3 of a comic written by my good friend Lindsay. It's an homage to... What I am drawing is a comic page. It's page 3 of a comic written by my good friend Lindsay. Let me just wait for myself to finish talking there. And seems to still be going. I can just... There we go. Hey, I'm very new to this. So yeah, what I got here is a boy who is meant to be kind of the Archie of this Archie tribute comic. And what I'm trying to do here is like a real broad Archie Comics pose for him to hail his good pal. And I kind of want it to be like a strong silhouette and dynamic and all that stuff. I usually don't bother with. Down here you can see the scraps of when I tried to go real extreme. I tried to make him, kind of bend down like this, do this thing, which, like, I've seen stuff that extreme be done in Archie comics before, but I couldn't get it to look natural, so I'm going for something a little more subdued, but hopefully still getting across the idea. And I think I'm gonna make his arm do something other than just be on his hip, because it's be a little more interesting. I'll make him go, I don't know, maybe that dumb nonsense? Maybe not. Maybe just a wave. I don't want to cover up don't want to intersect with the Jughead surrogate over there. Maybe I'll scooch him back a little. Yeah. No, I'll just do like a straight arm waving hand dealio with 5 entire fingers, which is very alien to me. Don't you think 5 fingers is too many fingers? Don't you ever feel that when you look at your own hand? It doesn't look right. Because 4 fingers is more elegant. God made an error. And now for the face of this man, which is this face. Kind of a scrawny dude with a flat top. I don't know, not a lot of thought went into his design. I just kind of, Lindsay wrote the description and I drew the first thing I could think of, just a skinny Archie. There's very specific rules for mouths in Archie comics, which I have not really adhered to. Like, they never draw, if the teeth are closed, they never draw a line. But we're doing a black and white comic, and if I just leave it blank white, it just kind of looks like I've forgotten to fill it in, so I've kind of cheated that. I'm also not going to do the exact shape Dan DeCarlo would do for this specific mouth, because I don't know what exactly he would have drawn. Probably something not like this, but I can't go looking at reference for every single pose I draw now. That's work. And that's not what I'm in this game for. Alright. Enough of this prelim. It's time to get to doing some inking. Because why wait around? Why wait for it to be right when it can be right now? Now, every pro artist, he's not going to have a closed mouth, I've decided. Every pro artist will tell you that you always draw the big lines, the big outlines around the outside of a character first, not the small details. But then I met a little man called My Heart, who told me those big phonies were all mistaken. Like, what does Katie Rice know about inking? All she's done is a bunch of beautiful ass comics. But you don't need to listen to her. You know what? This could be completely the wrong expression this character's meant to have in this shot. Let's have a look at the script there. Flip is it? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. He's meant to be looking puzzled. God dang it. Negative progress. You know, I think I can pretty much keep these eyes. They still work as puzzled eyes. Would you do something like that? Do something like that, why not? Yeah! Do something like that, why not? What am I doing? I gotta vaguely try and adhere to the Archie way of drawing eyebrows. Because I figure if I can't actually draw in the Archie style very convincingly, but I figure if I just remember to imitate some of the art tropes, the effect will come across. Ugh. Now, I don't know if there's ever been a mouth drawn like that in Archie, but it's certainly not how I would ever draw a mouth, because it's very ugly. I don't know why mouths ever get drawn like that. It's a terrible way to draw mouths. So, I'll put it in there, because if it's terrible, Archie probably did it at least once in its 70-year run. For some reason, it's really important to me I keep this little gap there. That to me feels right. One thing I was able to figure out about the Dan DeCarlo stuff is, as far as I could tell, the heads are pretty much constructed as just a circle on top of a circle. Which is why they got those big, bulgy out cheeks, which is how I'm inclined to draw heads anyway. It's the it's not far off that CalArt style all the guys like to complain about. It's a real cool trend going around. It's to complain about unoriginal art styles. in very unoriginal ways that you got off John Crifalusi's blog back in 2006 and internalized. It's real good. Like, why have your own opinions, you know? This guy had them in 2006, and you can use them to complain about originality not being a thing. Oh yeah, I gave him a beauty mark. What a subversion of gender standards. You know, moles. Moles, you know? Men don't get those. It's a terrible collar. That collar doesn't adhere to any physics of nothing. Yeah, you know what? It's gone. I'll make the effort this once. I'll do the more interesting one from the concept art. Little Adam's apple? I don't think Archie's been drawn with an Adam's apple since the 40s when he was so ugly. Just a grotesque caricature of, I think, humanity in general. I think the first Archie comics were drawn by an alien who hated our species and was just... God, look how gross they are. Look, I'm just going to draw as many like gross skin folds on these guys as I can. They're disgusting. Look at the way their flesh just folds and compresses. God, they're gross. God, they're gross. Look at this one. It's a human male trying to impress a human female, and the joke is they're both hideous, and shouldn't even be allowed to mate. And this alien satirist released their hate track to try and demoralize us, but it accidentally became a hit. And that's how we got Archie. Oh, let's do this with his hands, but this is so disorganized. I didn't even draw a hand there. I didn't even draw a shape to denote where a hand should be. This is a mess. Lordy Lord. And yet, that might be the best hand I've drawn for this comic so far. Maybe planning is for suckers. No, I don't think it is. This arm is ridiculous. This way of drawing creases is very authentic, I'll have you know. I could not figure out exactly what the theory on all of the way Archie comics draw clothes creasing is, because I couldn't figure out the system. I mean, generally it looks natural, but they draw a lot of lines. Draw a lot of wrinkles on clothes, and I don't know if all of them necessarily actually make sense with the way fabric would stretch IRL, but they're more skilled artists than I, and they can make it look like it should work. But if I do it, it just looks like they've got mom's spaghetti on their sweater already, because they just choked at a rap battle. Or a spaghetti eating contest, which is what that song was originally about. But it was retooled to make sense for the movie 8 Mile. But originally that movie was called 8 Miles of Spaghetti, and it was about competitive eating. True story. What a bad hand. What a bad hand. If it was in a poker game, it would go bankrupt. What a bad hand. Ugh, that's just a me hand. Flip! How do you draw a hand like not me? Okay, so there's a bone, and there's a down there, the finger bones connected to the hand bone, the thumb bone. There's 5 of those guys, right? I don't know. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, Teddy, please be okay. I'm just mangling you. Oh, Teddy. This character's called Teddy. I think I mentioned that. Maybe I'll... Oh God, as Stan Goldberg has said every day since about 1980, probably fucking good enough. His legs should probably be longer than this. But I guess since I didn't leave enough space for the legs to be longer than this, they just won't be this time around. It's okay. I read on Ian Jones Quarterly's Twitter that it's allowed to just not be able to draw. Although that wasn't his opinion when I did that open audition to storyboard on Steven Universe, though, was it, Ian? Huh? It's all about inspiring artists until they're like, hey, what if I do bad drawings on your girlfriend's cartoon? Oh, I don't know, says Ian. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe I do have standards. That's what I thought, Ian. Coward like all the rest of them. I only want good drawers working on the shows you direct. That's a bad drawing. Look how huge his head is. Good lord. Good lord. Look at the size of that boy's head. It's like an apple on a toothpick. Funny Mike Myers joke. Copyright me, the creator of Mike Myers. How does one? I'm trying to make this layer into monochrome so I can resize this without going all anti-alias on me. Because that's just going to make it stuff more complicated. Oop. I love Beetlejuice. Great film. And such a long arm. It's funny how there was literally no way I could ever have known that I'd drawn that arm too long until I had inked it. Funny how these things work out. Sure there were lots of ways. Now I'm going to be worried it's too short until I zoom in and finally get to see. That's definitely wobbly. It's definitely wobbly. But you know, just some fun rubber hose wackiness right there. Which is very archy. It isn't. That's a joke. It isn't. I'll be honest with you, despite the setbacks, I like it. I like this little guy. I did a good job. I did a good job with this little guy. Look at this thing. Hey, Throgmodden! Oh, wait up there, pal! Hey! I think it works. And, of course, no Archie parody would be complete without a completely arbitrary letter on his jersey. Oh man, I need to get some kind of a hint of a shoulder in there somehow. Oh, what a hack job. Okay, whatever. God, can you guys imagine if an artist saw what I was doing here? They'd be so mad. Let's do some white creases on this bad boy. Oh god, it's my favourite thing on the detail lines. Just got to be an inverted colour because the thing's solid black. It's totally slave labor graphics. The moral of the story is don't try and fix a bad thing, you'll just make it a worse thing. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to have to move him further along, because I'm noticing that a beetle bomb here, that character is... I've drawn him way too short, so I think I'm going to need to put his legs somewhere down around here. I don't really want these characters to touch, because it's a compositional thing that I don't have the chops to make look good. Time to draw this hat. Don't call it a fedora. It's something else. It's a specific thing. It's in the script. It's Tyrolean hat. Something from Star Trek. Some kind of alien hat. What a nerd you are, Lindsay. Maybe you ought to wear a petroleum hat. Because then your fashion can be on fire. God, I don't know. I'm looking at a thing I drew based off reference, but I probably didn't do the reference. I probably didn't get the reference very good, so I'm just kind of copying probably a bad copy of a thing that's not good. So let me go to my inspo folder. Sorry, album. A lot of these are just you can't even see my browser full of images. I'll drag it into the thing. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm trying to get is apparently this dealio. So yeah, I can tell I am absolutely way off. You know, some artists do actual studies before they start drawing entire comic panels. The idiots, you know? How do they get anything done? Oh, right, with more efficiency once they actually start. Well, I got you. Oh, God. Oh. Look, so far it looks like I tried to draw a Devo hat and forgot what I was doing. Maybe I can still save this. Alright, and then this bit goes... What am I drawing? What am I drawing? What is that? What have I done? Alright, come on. Come on, it's just some lines in a specific shape and trying to draw them in a way that makes sense. It's not hard, it's very hard. Okay. I mean, kind of like... I mean, that's not super accurate, but I kind of dig what went on there. Okay, and then this, and then goes... And then that's... And then that, and then... I mean, no, but... Hey, I think I'll go with that. And now... the badges. So you know it's a Jughead-esque character. His face is actually totally not Jughead. It's based off a character from another comic Lindsay read called Joe College. I think it's a Joe College character. He had like a kind of cool nose like that. And Lindsay thought it would be nice kind of... Just so all the Archie... all the characters that are based off Archie characters were not 100% one-to-one analogues. I don't know if this hair ever existed at any time period ever. I hope not. And that's kind of not a very Archie-esque mouth, although as I said, I'm not totally up on every kind of way an Archie mouth can be drawn, or what qualifies as an Archie mouth and what doesn't, etc. Man, I'm really just worried this pose won't work at all. Once again, I've done the head too big, but that's fine, you know. I was just drawing it bigger so I could have more detail in. Obvs. I mean, he's a wacky character, so it doesn't need to make sense. His poses, right? Maybe I'll make his sleeves cover his hands, so I don't have to draw hands. That's using the old noodle. A little bit of Norville Shaggy Rogers in the outfit design. Though he's a little bit more stylish, you know. He's a fashion conscious stoner. Kind of, I guess, somewhat beatnik, you know? Kind of exactly in the time period when beatniks were almost dead and Shaggy Rogers style stoners were barely a thing, you know? I'm trying to capture a fashion exactly in between those 2 points in history. And I never drew him shoes, but I did draw the main character, Hortense, in Doc Martens once, because I didn't read the script properly, which called for sneakers, but it's okay, because I can look at the Doc Martens I drew and just do them for this guy, and you see, no work is wasted. Apart from that stupid hand I did earlier, that was definitely a waste of my time. Should have just drawn a hook, you know? It's my usual solution if drawing a hand's not going well. Oh yeah, these look sick. This guy actually looks cool, I think. What if I just have his trousers just kind of peeking out at the top there? Oh my god. Oh, what a styling dude. Oh my god. We've got a breakout character. He's a god. He can have a doll. Like, we could do Monster High style fashion dolls off the back of this guy and his styling threads. Does that look like it makes sense? More or less. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be this slow, but this is kind of my first time drawing these characters in a proper comic panel form. Third character I'm drawing is called Kid Stuff, and Lindsay has given me a face to work off. And I don't know what the reference he's doing here is, but Seems like something a racist 60s teen would say. Which is fine, because he's meant to be the unlikable one. The regimental, if you will. Although, I kind of like Reggie. Who doesn't kind of like Reggie? He's just saying what we're all thinking. Archie doesn't deserve 2 girlfriends. Is he so wrong for pointing it out?
Are we doing American Gods later?
Just heard talk of watching American Gods. So I'm going to stop streaming before a flatmate arrives.